Blue colors. Oh, there it is. There it is, guys. Maokai, Nocturne, Hecarim on the purple team, known as WakaFlaka. And on the blue side, we have Challenger by Moelon, who specializes in summer discounts. So if you need your mon load, your lawn mode, um, he provides services 3 times a month at $10 per lawn. He does use Rengar as he mows your lawn. He uses those sharp knives, those sharp blades. I will be joined for this game by Mr. Frank, Mr. Brent Frank Liberty Jones. Um, Mr. Frank. Not yet?
Yeah, now. Okay. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Frank. In with the Bambino, David Simo. So, about that last game though.
That was bananas, and that's not because Soraka was in that game. Both teams were neck and neck. I honestly thought Dank Kush could have made something happen, could have made those dollar bills, but unfortunately, Mimo's Angels, they had the power of the Charlie's Angels, of course, and they were able to turn a cliche movie into a victory.
Yep. So, just so you know, I've actually casted these two teams in the past. These exact two teams.
Nice.
Not too long ago, actually. They're two teams that qualified at Windsor-based tournaments. I think overall, there's a lot more star power for Team Moelon.
Nice.
Actually, I need to get the full names for these guys. Is it Team Moelon Challenger?
Challenger by Moelon, but let's just call it Team Moelon.
Yep.
Or Lawnmowers United. Whatever floats your boat, really. I don't really know what you want to do. I mean, is there a union for lawnmowers?
Pretty likely not. I'm just gonna... but yeah, so there's a lot of star power, though. Actually, Tingar, I think he's the only one, but I played with him way back in the day on the CSL team, and he's been around the scene for a while. On the opposite end, though, Dr. Dre, kind of a superstar in both the music industry and the Windsor League of Legends scene. He's got a really hilarious interview from a long time ago where he was pretty deadpan the whole time, but it was friggin' hilarious. So he's pretty well known for that. And they got a good team going, man. I think it's going to be a good one.
Let's talk about the pick phase, because we kind of went right over our heads as we were trying to get things up and running. WakaFlaka is kind of got a comp all over the place. They have Thresh, Rek'Sai, Riven, Vayne, Malzahar. Now, I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to accomplish with this comp. Thresh, Vayne, and Rek'Sai are pretty standard picks. Riven's kind of one of those leave me top lane and I'm gonna do my thing. But unfortunately, WakaFlaka doesn't really have any wave clear. They have Malzahar and Rek'Sai, but I mean, like, they really don't have any wave clear to let Riven split push or 1v1 in a side lane. Or maybe they might just opt in for a split push comp with Riven in the top lane, Vayne in the bot lane, and then have Rek'Sai. I don't know. Their comp is just really weird. I'm really interested to see what WakaFlaka is gonna do with that. But I mean, as he says, he goes hard in the paint. So
Yep.
I expect to see Dr. Dre throwing headphones at people, and then
The most expensive headphones you've ever seen.
You just see like little voidlings with headphones just running around. Anyways, on Lawnmowers United, they have a little bit more of a standard comp. Rengar providing the scissors in which to cut the lawn. He's going to be in the jungle most of the time, getting those weeds cut nice and crisp. But he's going to be providing that pressure, that invisible pressure around the map if Rek'Sai doesn't put a stop to him early. We saw last game Rek'Sai, he gave out first blood and double buffs to the enemy mid laners, so Dank Kush really had to find their momentum back. But if Rek'Sai is able to find his footing this game, I'm sure Derek, maybe it's Derek.
It's just Derek.
I don't know. They also have the infamous Sivir comp, which means that anybody who picks Sivir in Korea or China wins. So that's, I don't need to say anything else there. Alistar is a fairly standard pick as well. I'm surprised to see he wasn't banned. He's really annoying to deal with, especially when you're dealing with a Victor and a Gnar, when they have that crazy, crazy knockup. If Alistar is able to set up a pick, it's GG, son. And this also gives the opportunity for Rengar to build damage as opposed to going a little bit tanky. Gnar and Alistar will handle the tank business while Rengar, Sivir, and Victor go balls to the wall. What are your thoughts on the... I would like to see what your thoughts are on the WakaFlaka composition, because it's a little bit Waka to me.
Yeah, it's pretty diehard. I mean, you've got Malzahar in the mid lane. He's going to be looking to just catch somebody out, solo him through. I think Riven's going to be... Riven, just as a champion, provides so much just fear to the enemy team that I think that does separate things really well. So same thing with Rek'Sai, such that Vayne and Malzahar can really shine in their ability to just 1v1 champions. So I think that's going to be really decent, I guess. Outside of that, maybe... I don't know.
Like what are their win conditions here?
I think separating the team, like getting them spread out, is going to be a really good place to be. Not necessarily. Yeah, I mean, split push could work. I think they're going to be better in the dueling situations, but they got to get through lane phase, and I know the lane phase from Challenger by Moelon is actually pretty strong. Especially, I mean, 7 Buttons has been around for a long time. He plays extremely well. So does Moelon. Though Moelon, I was just showing the audience there, he's actually a level 5 mastery on Nocturne, and he plays some weird stuff, man. Like, he posts on the Windsor League group all the time about his new, like AP freaking... I'd be willing to bet he went AP Nocturne. That's probably how he got his way through. It's just like weird stuff like that, but now he's playing ADC, so yeah. Win condition though, back to that question, just go ham, try to find the solo duels is I think what they're gonna be looking for.
I think Challenger by Moelon has a lot more opportunity to, fight as a team. I mean, they obviously have the Gnar Alistar like Victor Wombo combo, and they can catch up with Sivir, right? They just have this disgusting team fight based composition, and they have a little bit of sprinkle of pick coming out from the Rengar and the Sivir. So if they really want to turn their team fight comp into a pick comp, they could. So they have really, really great effects. Just a great pick and ban coming out from Moelon. I'm not trying to discredit the WakaFlaka. I'm loving the name. I'm loving the golden borders. I'm loving the non-existent border from Dr. Dre, but he's got that team. I might not be high elo, but I'm a team player. Oh my god. Hopefully he buds as a star in this game. Dr. Dre. Da 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 da. It's still one to know. Alright, I'll stop. I maybe I'm just a terrible caster. Like, I have no idea what WakaFlaka is gonna do, but I think it starts with split and ends with push. It's the only way that I can see that they can create a lot of opportunities. I mean, Rek'Sai, he's able to be all over the map. Riven's able to be all over the map with teleport. She's very threatening with her 1v1 status. Of course, depending on the laning phase. Actually, it's very interesting now that I think about it. Gnar and Riven is a very common matchup that people like to talk about. I think that a good Gnar should win laning phase. I think that's the case.
Seconds until minions spawn.
Oh! Oh my! Oh no! Riven spotted them out. Jeez. Oh! Jeez, I was getting a little excited there. I was like, geez, is Riven gonna like spot him out? Because she could have walked to red buff and they could have collapsed on her like way harder than the collapse that they had there. Oh baby, the red buff invade, and they're gonna be completely oblivious to this. I think he's just gonna have a standard clear. I mean, he just started rates. I mean, like, you should have went to red as, like, you were, like, as you said that, he should have went to red, but unfortunately, I think he's just gonna have a standard clear. Rek'Sai gonna go to Wolves himself, so I think he has the opportunity to rotate to red, but I don't know, I think Rengar is a little bit of a baby. Whoa! I know. I know. I got it. I'm a level 5 Alistar. I know him inside and out. And you know, if there's anything you learn after playing Alistar non-stop, is that if you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Purifying element.
You can you, birdie boy? Oh. I wasn't sure if I saw it correctly, but I think Sivir crit. Because there's no way that she could have done that much damage with the auto attack. She crit Vayne at that very last second, probably running 1% crit. And just like a 1 in 100 chance and you get the kill. Well, you know what? 1 in 100 is still something. Probably is running 1% crit. Or maybe has crit from auto attacks. That's probably like a ADC mastery. Where you get like... Wait, does mastery have crit? Oh, okay. Yeah. Has it ever worked in your favor? Like that? Like, has it ever worked in your favor like Moelon? Like it worked for Moelon? No, like no clutch, like 1v1 and then you just crit at the last second. Well, if Vayne wants to come out back on top, she needs to have exactly 15 CS ahead of Sivir. So, oh, not even 10, but look at Rengar, here we go. Lantern saves Vayne. A little bit of a measly gank, but still the pressure is necessary. It's gonna cause Thresh to kind of like, you know what, I'm just gonna back up here. Classic Alistar. Okay, I'll tell you how to play Alistar. Being an Alistar main myself, you have to help headbutt pulverize for no reason to scare them. Oh, but the boomerang did land. Thresh is pretty low. But yeah, as I was saying, all you need to do as Alistar is just headbutt pulverize to scare your opponent. Like, you don't really even need to do it to land CC. It's like 50% of the time it's used as CC. The other 50% it's used to like cause fear in your enemy, and that's what he's doing. Ooh, top lane. Isn't there a god that has a bunch of swords? Like, has like 8 hands, and in each hand. Yeah. Maybe. Haven't talked about this mid lane at all that much yet. Dr. Dre has a few more headphones in his pocket. Winning the lane. Good value, yeah, but I mean, Victor... Oh, Rek'Sai falling a little low, but Victor, I feel like he just has the advantage. I mean, all the Victors that we see in LCS, just Victor in general is a very scary champion when played right, but oh, you know who else is scary? This bot lane, oh! What happened there was Rengar landed the bola, I think, onto Thresh, and Alistar walked up, pulverized, headbutted him back towards his team, creating the pickup and picking up the dragon. Now, the win conditions for WakaFlaka is... Whoa. I don't know what you're doing there, big boy. Can't milk those, can you, birdie boy? Oh! Oh, baby! You know, also, considering you can change your name whenever you want. Don't think they can turn this one around. Rek'Sai getting a little bit too close for comfort, but he's gonna be a-okay. Lantern gonna fly him, not swim him to safety. Yeah, so his little, yeah. I think this entire game, I'm just gonna be thinking about what is WakaFlaka doing, like what is their composition, like what is their the point of their team, and I think slowly I'm coming to realize they can just pile up in a pick. Oh, but wow, deleted. Well, then again, Tingar doesn't have any armor yet, so you can't really expect a whole lot of. Yeah, that's a frozen melon. Yeah, that's a little bit cocky for a first item when you're 0-2 in lane. Oh, but the knock-up at the last second! Oh! you can also, thinking long term, this is really, really intricate, okay? You can build Thornmail. Some people on Challenger by Moelon can build Thornmail, specifically Gnar if you'd like. Thornmail gives 30% returning damage as magic damage. However, if Victor scales correctly and he manages to completely nuke the enemy team, they will eventually build magic resist. As you can see, Rek'Sai has already started gearing towards Merc Treads. So the Thornmail won't be as effective as it could be. But I do see Vayne, if she does go for a defensive item, she's not going to be building Quicksilver. Maybe she... No, I don't think she'll build Quicksilver. I think she'll go GA. And as a result, that's magic resist that she might be able to fend off. But it's not going to be enough to stop the Thornmail damage. I'm just thinking about this logically. Like, what is Thornmail? What would Thornmail do for a team like this? Because you had mentioned Riven's not going to be stopped by something like a Frozen Heart or Randuin's. So what is it that you itemize against Riven? Obviously, Thornmail is the best answer, but what would that look like 40 minutes into the game? Alexish. Yeah? He had it wasn't first item, but he went third item. He went static, morph, GA. He had like, yeah, but like it's because he was already like 11-1 or something crazy. He was just trolling. And then his team threw a Baron, and then they won after. Anyways, yeah, back to it. Absolutely, and I've slowly come to realize what this game is going to be looking like for the next 10 minutes. Blue team really needs to pressure the other side of the map to have Riven come over. If they just do these little tangos, these little ballerina lessons that they have near the blue buff, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be anything productive. As you can see, Riven's just completely knocking down those doors. Malzahar gets the ultimate. Here's the fight. We go back in time to the 1950s and we think about what did Thresh do to completely screw over this team. He hooked Gnar. Why would you hook Gnar? He flayed him. Like, you're setting up Tingar for like the most juiciest, most delicious hot dog bun with mustard that you can have on the street. He completely, like, I watched that fight unfold and I facepalmed so hard. That was complete. That was all Thresh. That was all Thresh. Now, in the previous game against Dan Kush and Mimo's Angels, we had seen that there was an early gold lead established by Mimo's Angels. It was equalized in the mid game, and then the gold lead had went back in favor into Mimo's Angels. But a majority of that gold was on the mid laner, Twisted Fate, played by 54 Bomb 99. This does seem kind of like a mirrored situation where Riven is going to be the main breadwinner for the family. But the situation is, can you actually provide for your family? It's a hard call, because once blue team Challenger by Moelon is able to get those little team fights in the jungle that they had just previously, then everybody's gonna get gold together. Victor's gonna get kills, Silver's gonna get kills, Nara's gonna get kills. If you get fed as a team as opposed to just one person going complete solo queue style and constantly pushing down top, like, you know, it looks effective because Riven just looks like this huge monster, but at the end of the day, is it really? And flash. Well, Tingar pressed teleport. He was thinking about coming down a little bit, but he had canceled the teleport animation. That's going to be a summoner spell down for the next couple of minutes. I do agree with what you're saying. However, I do want to mention that the win conditions for blue team is a huddled fight. They're really looking to stick together and try not to be separated. Gnar is going to be there, and Alistar, they will be on top of each other because Gnar has to get that ultimate. Alistar is going to combo in his CC. Victor's just going to be right behind Gnar, like almost in fact directly setting up his W. And then Sivir and Rengar, they're the only ones that might potentially be separated, Rengar in particular. So maybe in that case, Riven, Vayne, and Malzahar can have a field day. But even if Sivir is, let's say, separated with Malzahar, she has that that Banshee's Veil spell that will give her the opportunity to cancel a Malzahar ult. Oh. Looks like they're just looking for a fight, but they're not gonna get it. I think the pool party skin makes her look more like a guy. You're just offending everybody today. Maybe the colors, but those are definitely cool colors, and I think that anybody could wear them. But like, I don't see very many females wear life jackets at the pool, right? So. Except the lifeguard. He might from time to time be wearing like a lifeguard jacket or something, right? But there's already Renekton, the lifeguard. You can't have two lifeguards. It's a must. Like, I think what they made the Rek'Sai skin is just like the overly protective old woman with like all the floaties, just like, and the snorkel. Oh jeez. But no, I think with this skin, I think they're looking for more like a ocean, not a pool party, right? Because he's got the snorkel, he's got the floaties. He's constantly oh my god, she's constantly like diving like underwater, right? So I see it more as like a Hawaiian retreat than a pool party. Ooh! Now, you had mentioned previously that um, WakaFlaka would have a really, really good time if they had managed to split up the team. Now, what I think that you had not thought about is if Riven and Vayne split up, or Malzahar and Riven split up, like, who's going to be peeling? Like, there's nobody on peel duty because Thresh just gets caught out or Rek'Sai gets caught out. Your entire plan goes to shambles. In that situation, Rengar had split off to the side to try to take off Malzahar. Malzahar obviously won that fight. But what about the rest of your team? If you think about the team fight in portions, Malzahar versus Rengar is 1-for-0, but the team fight at hand was actually 1-for-3. So the exchange there in terms of momentum and pressure and who team fights better obviously went in favor of Moelon's team. And that's just because, and they were even split up a little bit too, and it still went in their favor. I think it's because they have the great CC chain that allows them to keep the fight going, even though on paper, WakaFlaka has more damage, or at least that's how it feels like. This is a very Trick 2G style. It's a very come and get me, and that's what they're doing. They're focusing. They sent 3 people top. This allowed red team to pick up that bot lane. Of course, blue team is going to exchange for mid lane. I mean, that's understandable. Like, you know, whatever, no big deal. But the fact of the matter is Riven is still asking for resources from the enemy team, which creates opportunities for WakaFlaka that I didn't know they had. I'm gonna spend this entire game like a detective trying to figure out what is WakaFlaka, how can WakaFlaka win, because I know how Moelon can win. I know that they can team fight. I know that they can CC chain, but it's very interesting to see how Riven is affecting this team synergy and creating opportunities for his team. I'm liking the pickup from Alistar. Yeah, I'm going to start right off with Alistar, right? Really biased. He's going for the Mikhail's Crucible, I believe. And that's a really good pickup because you don't have to build Righteous Glory. Oh, pause. This gives me some time to talk about my main man, the Milkman, my boy Ali. You don't have to build tank if you don't really want to. It's cool if you build Locket. It's cool if you build all these other items. But when you have somebody like Gnar, who's a pretty good front line, and you have the ability to press R, you don't have to build tank all the time. It would be helpful if you build Locket or Righteous Glory or whatever, to give your team an opportunity to have a little bit of an off tank. But you already have the ability to press R. So rather than that, why don't you just save your team from the CC that they might encounter? If the Malzahar is going to get the lockdown on Sivir, just press Mikhail's. I'm pretty sure that the suppression from Malzahar is stopped by Mikhail's, I think. Yeah, yeah. And I'm always right.
A summoner has disconnected.
But yeah, it's the fact of the matter is it's a good pickup on Alistar because he can still tank and provide great Peel, like that item is a peel machine. As soon as your teammate gets CC'd, it provides them with health and the clearing of a crowd control spell. As far as the other team goes, I'm not exact. I never know what to build on a Rek'Sai. Maybe you can enlighten me what is a good idea. He had went with the Randuin's first. Um, that is probably a good pickup considering Gnar is going for this auto attack heavy build with the Frozen Mallet, as well as Sivir's pickup with the Phantom Dancer and the Infinity Edge, and as well as Rengar's auto attack. So I'm pretty sure that's a solid build. Malzahar's opting in for kind of like the slow start, the classic Rod of Ages, which I haven't seen that much of anymore. Vayne going in for the Blade of the Ruined King. That's a very dual heavy build. Maybe we'll see Vayne split push later on in the game. But other than that, the only concern I have is Victor's Chalice. Ever since the nerfs, I've just seen that as a completely useless item. You could have built Tyr, you could have built Morelonomicon. I don't know. It's a hard place to call because the fact that the passive of Unholy Grail, sorry, not Chalice, Unholy Grail Chalice is built in. You can build Chalice and then into Unholy Grail, is that you get mana return on kill or assist, right? So if he's expecting these fights to go on for X amount of time and he's expecting the fights to be drawn out and he needs the mana to kind of sustain, maybe that's a good idea. But I think for this case, he's going to need the Morelonomicon to stop Riven's lifesteal and stop Vayne's lifesteal. It's just itemization. Yeah. 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 Or maybe yeah, I could see that. Um the Null Magic Mantle builds into a lot of different things now, so he has flexibility with what he wants to do. But as far as itemization goes, I'm only really a little bit concerned with the mid laners. I just don't think they're itemizing towards their full capabilities. Rod of Ages and Unholy Grail is kind of just like this. It's in the past, Grandpa. You know, to grow up. Get with the times, man. We're all on our smartphones now. What are you doing with the Nokias in your inventory? Not exactly sure what the pause is for. I think maybe one of the players had a little bit of time disconnecting. Yep, disconnecting. I think Rengar is going to be right back. In terms of momentum, blue team's at 3 dragons. The only reason why they don't have a considerable gold lead is because Riven is balls to the wall, right? It's the only reason why they don't have that. Like it looks like they don't have like a pretty big gold lead. 1,500 gold is not that big when considering Riven has like 1,200 gold ahead of ahead of Gnar. So the 3 dragons really helps out. They're 2 away from 5. 25 minutes in. Not exactly sure when the next dragon is. Should be coming up in the next 2-3 minutes or so. But if red team doesn't pick up this next dragon, I would say there's a good chance Moelon's team is gonna win. If WakaFlaka picks up the next dragon, they have a pretty good chance to win.
So I'm going to take this moment to point out that we are now 25 minutes into this game. And I just unmuted my mic.
Oh my god.
Fuck. Alright, that's okay though. We're doing pretty well here. So decent fight coming out here. Wow, really huge here for the side of Moelon. Challenger by Moelon. Oh my god, Gnar with a massive knockback. Butters goes down as well. And what a comeback after
Momentum
the pause.
sway. Right after you unmuted your mic, you just went balls to the wall.
Jesus Christ.
Can't milk those, can you, birdie boy?
No, you can't. But I think this is probably going to be the end of the game anyway, so I'm glad to have at least casted a grand total of maybe 3%. I'm going to talk the whole rest of the way here. I really like the way they're auto-attacking this turret. Great teleport there from Tingar, though he actually was trying to accomplish something there. He was trying to get the tower to not clear the minions. And, yeah, wow, they're actually going to back off from this one. So Naked Nexus, hopefully, though, they're not able to turn this one around and pick up some kills. But actually, the return around, Semi goes down, 7 buttons picks that one up. EGE.gg, how close is he to having that ultimate? Still a quarter of the way left on that one. Derek might go down here to the Malzahar dot. This is looking absolutely crazy. Great hook, though. Tingar going to go down. Clockwork Echo is going to push in on that one as well. And I'm now reminiscing about how many good jokes I made, and they all went to waste.
The teleport from Riven!
Nice flash from Derek. Clockwork Echo, though. Boom! Down he goes. EGE.gg with the headbutt pulverize.
Can ya? Sorry, I had to interrupt you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Alistar is my main man. After I got that Champion 5 Mastery, I don't think I've played League in like a week.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my Wisdom Teeth removed. I think I would rage too hard if I got my Wisdom Teeth removed Monday, so I think I would rage way too hard if I played League.
Yeah, probably. Especially if you are on like some major painkillers. That's definitely something that somebody has to stream at some point. Just on massive painkillers. Like medicinally, of course. They don't just like, you know, go and see like Kevin, their dealer.
Kevin, their dealer.
Prescription painkillers.
Prescription painkillers with like a smidgen of Mary Jane.
Yeah.
You know, funny enough, I only used four painkillers this entire week.
That's fair, because you sold the rest, right? You are Kevin. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for a little something, check out David Finding Simo Rabinovich. You can follow him on Snapchat at THEPHRANK. Really, really good Snapchat stories, this guy.
It looks nothing like me, but you know, still that's still my Snapchat.
Yeah. Okay, so definitely in a tight spot here for WakaFlaka, though I will say that the gold disadvantage isn't as big as it could be.
No, that's what I had mentioned earlier, and that's because Riven has a majority of the lead, right? Ooh. When Riven has a lot of the gold, I mean, it doesn't really look like it's a whole lot, but the big fight coming out!
Yeah, Thresh with the box, slows him down, and actually Moelon and 7 buttons in the background here getting picked up by Riven. Absolutely huge here, and this is going to be a clean sweep. It's probably going to be a full-blown ace if they can get Clockwork Echo caught up to the Gnar here. Down goes EGE.gg, and it looks like, yeah, it's going to be a full 5-for-0 here. Amazing stuff. Is this going to be the opportunity for WakaFlaka to come back? Dragon's going to go down here. I don't know why she didn't choose to go to Baron, but I think they're going to send the other 3 champions the opposite way, and this is going to be a really, really big turnaround here.
Absolutely. I think that was the fight that they really needed to turn things around. The Riven did exactly what she needed to do. She was in the right place, the right time, the right kills, the right damage. And I think that it was just a mispositional error from Moelon's team. Nothing to get too antsy about. The Baron will just help them push out the waves and create some pressure. However, without that dragon, Baron, I mean, Moelon can just wait out Baron. Rek'Sai should have taken Dragon as the 4 players were doing Baron, because by the time Rek'Sai had walked over to Baron, it was already dead.
Yeah.
Just a few errors, just a few errors here and there. Nothing too major, but getting that Dragon would have made the difference between a comeback and just a slip on the ice. And this was just a slip on the ice. Moelon's team are They're professional figure skaters. And as you can see here, they're about to pick up this Riven. They're going to pick up the Rek'Sai. Ultimate coming out from Alistar. Here we go.
Yeah, they do pull away on that one, though. Thresh grabs that up. And Derek actually able to jump in there. Tries to turn around, though, and Derek with a really nice chunk of damage to make sure that his Moelon does not go down.
And like I said, like it's nothing to be too cheeky about. I mean, they like Red Team was just out of position there, and they got the star of the show. They can even push down. I think they can even fight this at this point. Unfortunately, Victor's ultimate is not up. Alistar's ultimate's not up. Sivir's ultimate's not up. They're missing a few key elements to their team fight pie. And it'll be a little while before it's out of the oven. Of course. Oh boy, here comes the ultimate.
Yeah, that's a lot of CC. Massive stuff there coming out. Tingar's going to go down here to Dr. Dre. Semi is caught up in the stun field, brought on by Victor, who's still poking out a lot of damage with that laser. Riven is actually teleporting down there. In comes the boomerang and jumps over the wall. Beautiful kill from Echo. Absolutely amazing. Will get stunned up from that field. No, actually gets through it. So she's going to continue this chase here. I don't know if Victor's going to have enough damage output. Exotics goes down. Triple kill. Echo, you were saying before, is Riven alone going to be enough? And apparently, yes, it is. Absolutely huge here. Clockwork Echo just showing up and bringing it absolutely down here.
Alistar had Relic Shield and Mikhail's available. He could have saved himself. He could have turned around the fight. But these errors, man, these errors. These 404 not founds. This is looking a little rough for both teams, but the momentum swing is swinging into WakaFlaka, going hard in the paint. You'd be thanking. I hope that, you know, Moelon is going to be able to not tilt here, because this is something like that, a quadra kill on Riven, that's going to take a blow to your confidence for sure. Fortunately for Moelon, they do have 4 dragons. If they get that 5th one, they can definitely pressure down the side lanes or that mid lane to get that inhibitor back up and operational and pumping out super minions. But as the situation is, Riven is definitely the name of the game. But if they can get down Riven, I don't really know what will become of WakaFlaka without Riven.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, what's WakaFlaka without the Flaka? It's just Waka.
Yeah,
it's not. It doesn't sound as nice, right? It doesn't sound as nice. And oh, wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
I also don't like the itemization from Riven. If you're the one that your team needs, where's your Guardian's Angel?
Yeah, I think that's probably coming next. But I think she's going more just absolutely ham. She's got now 3 activates. She really wants to add a bunch to her kit that I think not everybody's going to see coming. In fact, in that last little fight, she used her Quicksilver to make sure that she could get out of the stun field. And I was really confused how she made it through that first stun field, but that was, I'm pretty sure that's how she got through it and was able to pick up the Alistar and then, of course, the Victor down that bottom lane. So another problem, though, is that they're only converting this into one objective at a time. Obviously, you got to take those steps, but they've got a naked inhibitor, or naked nexus rather, and a naked inhibitor. So if they can get backdoor, there's a lot of options here, and they need to, I think, when they get those aces, take full advantage, because that's the only time you can feel confident is when you have all of them dead. Otherwise, you could get backdoored.
Absolutely, and with Dragon on the menu, that's something they should really think about, because Rengar, a little bit too deep.
Yeah, gonna get out of that one. Whew.
That was close. A little too close.
Yeah, but now he doesn't have ultimate, so it's going to be an even tougher fight here. One other thing we got to point out is that Vayne has been really well protected the last little bit as well. So she's coming out. She is dying the majority of the time in these fights. She's sitting on now 2, 4, and 6. But I think they're doing a great job of making sure that she can at least output a pretty significant amount of damage.
Thresh and Riven rotating towards that top lane. Both Yomos blocked.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. Okay. Rengar, good night. And this is going to be a big push here. Would you be concerned about the return split push? Even though you're pushing mid, would you be concerned at all?
I would give up this mid turret.
Yeah.
I don't think they can do a whole lot.
Wow.
Fortunately for them, they do have a lot of wave clear. So the only objective on the menu for WakaFlaka is Dragon or Baron. I would have said probably Dragon, but you have to think about it from their perspective, right? They don't really know where the vision is, and they don't know what Moelon has warded, right? So as a result, they're just gonna play D. I don't like this idea. I don't like this call. I would have pressured down mid lane, maybe taken another turret, because once you open up a turret, you open up more in the map, right? Like, you open up more opportunities for your team, and now you're just gonna let a dragon go by, where you could have prepped it, you could have got scuttle, you could have got vision control, and Rengar would have showed up late. Like Moelon would not have taken blue buff if red team had pressured like dragon or like done something along those lines. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just a missed opportunity. Like, they're just letting Riven like do everything at this point.
Yeah.
Even ward. Like, shit to buy a good warding.
Here we go. Okay, in they go. Rek'Sai gets caught out. 2 flashes burned now. Thresh is gone. Sivir ultimate's down as well. And they're gonna. Ooh, Moelon takes an absolute beating from that wall there. But Riven, you can see, is way off to the side. She is not going to engage with the full force of her team. She's going to try to work her way to the back lines, which is great, because if you're with the front line of the team, it's pretty likely that you're going to get caught up in all that AoE CC that's coming your way from the Gnar, from the Alistar, and the Victor. So you really want to stay away from that. Baron's about to go down here. Wow, that's getting chipped down super quickly. And Malzahar gets over there. That's a lot of damage onto Exotics, who's now going to be forced to use that ultimate. Semi, though, we saw the flashes burn.
Yeah.
7 buttons gets that kill, and Riven, unfortunately, cannot wave her magic wand and pick up a bunch of kills here.
This entire game, and I'm shocked to say this. You told me this was like, this is good. Like, these are some quality teams. Windsor's finest.
You watch what you were about to say here. You watch it.
I just think that both teams, more so WakaFlaka than Moelon, have had numerous missed opportunities. I know that WakaFlaka is a little bit afraid of Moelon, and they're like, you know, maybe we shouldn't set up for Dragon, but they had taken down the jungler Rengar, who was creating some opportunities, not all, but some opportunities. You could have at least maybe even created a death bush. I'm pretty sure Riven would have been down for a death bush. He just stood in Dragon and just annihilated somebody. Like, it's stuff, like, you have to risk it for the biscuit. Like
Butters.
Just like that.
Oh, but Rengar goes down here. Actually, this could be a little bit of a turnaround again. Butters is just shelling out damage from the side. Nartho over there to pick that up. Victor picks up, and this is going to be a huge fight in favor of Moelon. They are going to take this game here. What a huge, quick fight. Everybody pretty much with the same death timers. So they all died at the same time. Great stuff, though, from both sides. WakaFlaka, I thought they were going to be able to turn that around. Unfortunately, the 5 dragons and the Baron buff, a little bit too much with that gold lead. And I want to say, before we close out this thought here, I apologize, guys, for not casting the first 25 minutes.
It's just like, imagine how awkward it is. Oh, the fight's going, and then you just hear silence.
That's the new style. There's no play-by-play. There's just... You guys enjoy...
I pass it off to no one. I pass it off to no one.
Enjoy the sound bites that Riot has established for us in these fights.
And then, because I'm your hype man, like, and there's silence, you just hear oh, and there's like nobody adding on.
I'm gonna rewatch this at least twice.
I know, this is a classic game. Anyways, I do think that WakaFlaka definitely had an opportunity, not to discredit them, but this Baron and double Dragon could have been avoided. I honestly think it could have been avoided, and they could have cheesed so hard with Riven with a death push, a split push, collapsing on an enemy split pusher like they did with Rengar. There's just so many missed opportunities that I think that they could have. I think they were just really under a lot of pressure, and especially with somebody like Malzahar, how do you create opportunities with a champion like that? And maybe Vayne could have split pushed. Like, there's so many different things that could have been done, and I just think that little things could have been done that could have maybe avoided this loss. Anyways, we'll be right back with more League of Legends. There are 3 more rounds left, I believe, until the final stage. there was another game happening as this game was happening. So if you want to take a look at the bracket, I'm sure EGE will. I'm sure EGE will post the link in the chat. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more League of Legends.